What's happening, everyone? I'm here, getting it started. It's a little tough, a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. I could see why people say this is a full time job because, wow. Um, so, just a little overview of what I'm going to do and how this is going to be. So, I'm in the middle right now of learning different applications and editing softwares. It's like I said, intense. Um, it's taken a lot longer than I expected, and it's going to start off pretty slow. I have some other things under my belt that I have to take priority over. This is going to be like a little hobby, and when I can do it, I'll do it. Once I figure out the interviews, though, and what program I'm going to use, people can just hop on and I can interview them, and we can listen to their story and go from there, and it should flow a lot better. I have a buddy, he's helping me right now, and he's just a magician at this. And actually, he's literally a magician. He's going to be on my first podcast, and it's going to be an interesting one. You guys are going to really enjoy it. It's going to be intriguing. Better word. If you tune in, you'll see why. He was an old college buddy from when I went to junior college, Casper. He knows his tech. So what basically is going to happen is I'm going to have people on here, and it can be whoever. It can be somebody who's going through substance abuse, like addiction. It could be somebody who is thinking about going sober. It can be somebody who is sober curious, which means they've quit and then they've started again and thinking about quitting again. And it's also for people who have been affected by it indirectly, who have witnessed the demons of it all. You know, people who've been dealt bad cards, and we're going to be throughout these interviews. I'm going to be with people that I've had experiences with, so we will be talking about how we met, um, things that we've done together that probably weren't smart. Let's be honest. They weren't smart. They were dumb, crazy, wild. It's gonna be raw. It's gonna be the real deal. And I'm not trying to revert. Like when I talk about these stories with these people, I'm not trying to show you that I'm a party animal or they were party animals. That's something we're trying to get away from. What I'm trying to do is go back to them stories to show you, or to show somebody that feels like they're alone, and maybe they are in the middle of that situation. Maybe they're where I was when I was 24, 18, 29, and it can help them realize that it's not okay, or man, things are getting out of control. It's And then after we get done going through that overview and our summary of how we met and some of our key points in time that we had that were iffy, like partying, um, doing other things that were just mischievous, we're gonna then flip it to how it has molded us for the better, and why them experiences have been a benefit to us. We all have to go through things to figure out who we really are. And the things that I've been through have really given me a lot of wisdom. And I want to share that wisdom with everyone. And I want my interviewees to share that wisdom with me and with everybody else. And I feel like we can create this Avengers of coping skills and strategies to overcome an addiction or trauma. And and that's all I'm trying to do here. And I would ask that people be respectful towards others' stories, my stories, just to the whole podcast in general. You don't have to watch it. Things start to get uncomfortable. Just turn it off. Um, so that's really what I'm trying to do. I have another friend that is going to be involved, sort of like a co-host when he can be. Me and him have been through some things together, and we will introduce ourselves and maybe just do an interview with him and I to um, give you guys an illustration of who we were together, and then evolving to who we are now. He's a great. He's a great guy. Right now, he's in recovery as well, and he's rocking it. I mean, it's just very impressive of what he's accomplished, and he's had a tough go as well, and his story will be pretty interesting. And I hope you guys get a good sense of addiction and substance abuse and sobriety. That way it can help you guys and give you a benchmark. It's never too late. You're going to hear some of these stories and you're going to be like, wow, if he can do it, I can do it. If that person can do it, why can't I? And that's the whole point of this, is to show you how crazy and reckless some of these stories are, and show you how it could all be turned around and for the better. So I'm excited. Um, and like I said, oh, I'm going to be, when I interview, and if you ever want to be on an interview, just shoot me a message and tell me what the overall, um, your overall story and what you want to get across. And I can mark you down. And it's like, it's going to take time. It might start off with one interview a month, two interviews a month, but I'll put you down and I'll make sure that you're heard, because sometimes all anybody wants is to be heard. And some of this stuff is pretty fresh for people and they don't want to be heard, and I understand that. Me, a lot of this stuff was just so far in the past that I'm over it already. I can talk about it. I'm here. I'm alive and well. And yeah, I probably will laugh at some things that shouldn't be laughed at, but the only reason I'm laughing at it is because I can't believe I got through it, or I can't believe I made it out of that situation or those situations. And it'll be because I'm laughing of how stupid I was. I'm still pretty dumb at times, but the more I get into wanting to better myself, the less I want to do those things. And it's not just going to be about alcohol. It's not just going to be about drugs. It's going to be about anything that is affecting your life, that is creating havoc on it. It could be anger. It could be trauma, PTSD. It can be lust, it can be overeating. You name it. If you have an issue and you want to talk, I'm all for it, because usually those issues lead to drugs or alcohol. So when 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 I start to get people on a list, and I'll ask, all I ask of you is to wear headphones and to be on a computer. I'm probably going to be using Discord and some type of screen recorder. So the quality isn't going to be as great as some of these podcasts you see on YouTube and stuff. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to make money off this. I'm doing this for my own well being, mental health. It feels good for me to talk about this stuff. And I'm sure it'll be good for you to watch it. Because when I was a year sober, all I did was watch these things, and I all I did was learn, and it felt like the things they were saying I was a part of because I could relate to them. So I'm just trying to get people to relate and know that they are not alone in this. So all you'll need is some headphones and a computer, and I will tap you in and we'll start screen recording and away we go. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I just wanted to give you guys an update as to where I was and that I'm really going to do this. This first interview I have with my buddy, it's going to be a good one, and you're going to hear some things that you wouldn't believe could happen in Wyoming. There is a rough side to every town, and it's real. And there are people you can hang out with that are not that friendly, are not that good for you, and sometimes you're just stuck in the middle of it all, and you can't get out of it because you grew up in that situation and you're a kid, and it's just it's going to be good. And I hope, and like I said, this isn't for fame, money. I am doing this for my friends. I am doing this for everybody that I have that follows me on Facebook or is a friend with me on Facebook. Same with the people that are gonna get interviewed. Hopefully they can do it for their friends. And my co-host, he's gonna do the same. Like, all we're doing this for is to help people out, and that is our main goal, and to help ourselves out because it's going to turn into a community if we can keep it going. And if we have a community, then you don't need anything else. You have people that you can relate to, and hopefully it'll create some new friendships because who's trying to be on the same path as you, and you'll know who to hang out with. You'll know who to call. Hopefully it creates a fellowship. I know with me and my spirituality, and it had a lot to do with it. So fellowship was big for me. I'm not perfect still. I'm still walking this journey and still learning. So I don't like to say I'm going to do something forever because forever is seems unattainable. It's an undertaking. So I'm just doing it for today because that's what I know I want today. So let's take it one day at a time. I can't wait to get this started.